Just a few questions are enough to expose the problems created by narrow specialization. Tell me, please, if there is an art history class anywhere in the world that requires the student to have basic understanding of the equipment we use to appreciate art, or the biological tools we use to create it. Is there a single art historian anywhere that was required to have even the most basic understanding of the biology, neurobiology, and evolutionary biology of human perception, of the triggers that guide the eye from place to place, of the triggers that grab attention, of those that communicate a sense of fear or the urge to touch, of social triggers that make us want to help or to fight, or of the biological basis of the powerful emotions we feel when too close or too far from someone or something. Why is it not required that one have basic training in anthropology so that one has some understanding of what art is for in a multitude of cultures and how culture influences and interacts with style? The sociology of art in a consumerist society, the semiotics of art, the science of communicating using signs, and how many are trained in digital imagery so they can manipulate and work with images, understand how to enhance an image, reveal hidden material, or break camouflage? Are there any art historians anywhere that have regarded as fundamental the basic lessons of human interaction with art that other fields of study have revealed over the past 20 years? There were a few, like Baxendale, and doubtless still are others, genuinely intrigued by art's broader context, its big picture, but the very fact that the word cross-disciplinary is springing into many minds right now reveals a problem. A discipline is not the natural form of study, deviated by crossing from one to another. Our prejudices run deep into the very structure of the language we use to think about things. Ignorance has always led us to invent stories that were believed without question at the time, and that only now seem weird. Never more true than here. How would art historians be able to decode camouflage material if they cannot manipulate an image, enlarge it, enhance its tonal contrast, select narrow ranges of color? How could they break camouflage if they have no idea what it is, how it works on the brain? How could they reveal material without knowing we have two visual systems, one foveal, parvocellular, for analysis, and another magnocellular, from peripheral vision for pattern recognition? How could they easily identify anything of biological significance to us if they were raised on the primitive idea that their pattern recognition circuitry was subjective and not to be trusted? Ignorance has a way of making us look foolish, and art historians are no exception. How would they be able to break a code letter by letter if they didn't know the limitations of working memory and how to relieve the four-chunk limit? How would they know that our perspectival naturalistic art style emerged as an adjunct to the growing power and importance of a mercantile class if they never studied art in an anthropological context? Indeed, how would they ever really have the first inkling of what ethnocentrism was, and that they were practicing it, if they had not studied other cultures? Overall, to carve out a small territory and thus become unassailable master of it, which is the essence of narrow specialization, how would they know that this has nothing to do with academic endeavor, but everything to do with primate territorial displays? And without this broader view, even historians who are more interested in art and the meaning of life than in their careers would be severely disadvantaged. They would not even be able to see, much less interpret, this other long-hidden side of art. In short, to raise ignorance to the level of a virtue may be ludicrous, but it is essential to the ritual of the high priests of art, and it is also why this discovery had to come from outside their field. The ignorance that goes with narrow specialization is the central pillar of the portico of erudite knowledge. And what then of the next? Art history's love affair with technique.